Sunday morning, December 29th, and we welcome you to the last edition of This Week at AMG for this year. This has been a very special year for AMG. We have seen the Lord do amazing things, and we've shared some of you throughout the year. So for this very special edition of This Week at AMG, our last one for 2014, we want to share with you some of the highlights that have taken place this year. So let's enjoy this compilation.
Thank you, Tassos. We had an extraordinary time in Guatemala. One of the things that stands out to me is that early on we saw that all the mission statement that AMG admonishes was carried out in great measure by every one of the members of the staff in the different care centers. It was wonderful to see that Jesus Christ was the focus, and the spreading of the gospel to these children and their families was paramount in the format of the Bundles of Love experience.
Thank you, Tassos. The Lord burdened my wife and I our hearts in 2004. We went to Greece just before the Olympics and helped prepare many of the ministries that were going to reach out to athletes and spectators as they came. But as a part of that trip, we spent 3 days. We went to Athens, went to Corinth, went to Delphi. And as I reflected on those 3 days, I thought this is worth at least a year of seminary. It was incredibly eye-opening. Helped me to understand the scriptures in a way that I had never read and understood them before. And I was so thankful for the brief moments that I had to visit these sites. As I returned to the United States, the Lord really put it on our hearts that we should make this known to other people, that they might have the opportunity to experience what we experienced, to be blessed as we had been blessed. And that put us on a journey that we're still following to this day.
Thank you, Tassos. It has been a real journey that the Lord has had us on to Guatemala, and we have really started a year and a half or so ago as we were really trying to see how the Lord was leading us to strengthen students' relationship with Christ and how we can deepen their relationship with Christ. And so as we as student leadership prayed through it, we came to the conclusion that it was important for students to get outside of this American culture and get outside of their day-to-day lives. And the Lord just showed us that we needed to instill a culture of missions within our student ministry.
Hello, this is Margarita Ioannidis. I serve as the High School Dean of Academics at Silverdale Baptist Academy. And I just would like to talk about our senior trip to Greece. This is a vision that the Lord gave us a few years ago. Of course, you can tell from my accent that I come from Greece. And so I have a passion about the people, the culture, and the history of Greece. So we developed this senior trip where we take our seniors before they graduate. We take them for 10 days to Greece, and they are able to experience the language, the culture, the food, and most importantly, the historicity of the Bible. And with them, we go to all the biblical places. We literally follow the steps of the Apostle Paul. We see where he stood, where he preached. We look at archaeological evidence, and that brings to life the Bible as we go from place to place.
Thank you, Tassos. So excited to be in Uganda. As you watch this, we're there right now preparing to lead in the Pastors Conference AMG is doing for the pastors throughout Uganda, Kenya, and East Africa. So excited to go back this year for the second time to Uganda to see Reuben Masimi, who does such a great work there, and other pastors I've met in Uganda and in Kenya last year, Pastor Samuel, Pastor Robert, just to see their heart for the Lord and to have a chance to just love on them. I got the sweetest email from Reuben before I left. Couldn't wait to see me with hugs and kisses. And I'm so glad to be here in Uganda serving with him.
My name is Allison Vandenbush, and last summer I took a trip with AMG to Lima, Peru. And while we were there, we worked at a couple of different child care centers, and we got to share the gospel with the children there and just love on them and help them with whatever they needed to do. And while we were there, I chose to sponsor a little girl. And so that was a really cool experience to actually meet her.
Hi, I'm Ruth Wilson, Development Administrator here at AMG International. A few months ago, Pat Reagan asked me to take the lead on a special project that we had come up with, and that was to create Christmas cards. The idea was to invite our sponsored children to submit Christmas-themed drawings. We would then select some of those to actually produce Christmas cards, which we plan to sell and raise money for our children's ministries around the world.
We are in the midst of our ministry here in Greece during the summertime, and we're excited to see how the Lord is working among the nations. Here in Greece, we have received people from all over the world because this is the main gate of the refugee international highway to the freedom. Greece has a longer perimeter of coastlines than the perimeter of Africa, if you add all these thousands of islands. And we are so glad to see that people are coming here not to find only a better future, but to find Christ.
Hey, my name is Michael Jennings. I'm an attorney in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Longtime friend of AMG International, back in Spiro Sodiati's days. And I've done work for AMG for quite some time. One of my areas of specialty is estate planning. And this month is Get Your House in Order month. And a good way to get your house in order is to examine your documents and ask yourself whether you even have documents to examine. It's an important thing for everyone to have a will.
Hello, my name is Victor. This is my wife Marta Magallon. We have been with AMG since about 2001. In 1997, we moved to Mexico after finishing college. Mexico has a population of more than 50% under the age of 25, so there's a huge need to reach out to the youth. So in 97 we began an organization to use adventure activities to reach out to youth, to disciple youth and plant church.
Hello, my name is Caitlin King and I'm from Albany, Georgia. I'm 21 years old and I attend Georgia Southwestern in Americus, Georgia. I was an intern with AMG International and I spent 6.5 months in Uganda, Africa. I worked at an Upendo Christian school and I did discipleship with the kids. I did counseling with the girls, and I was able to experience something that not many people get to experience.
Thank you, Tassos. While you're seeing this, me and my team are already in Guatemala, and already we've gotten here and we're preparing to deliver the bundles of love for the children that are here. Now, what is a bundle of love, you ask? Sponsors and donors throughout the year send in $20 for each individual. For children, national workers, our leprosy victims, they have the opportunity to get a gift for Christmas. And it's their one-time gift. When we come to Guatemala, the neat thing is some of these kids get their uniform, they get their shoes, they get their food, they get items for their family. And it's a one-time gift that we as a team get to put together today. We get to put together those bundles, and then throughout the rest of the week, we'll be delivering those. So we're going to 5 or 6 child care centers, and we'll get to see the kids individually and get to handle them and hug them and give them their gifts, take pictures with them and their families, and we'll see probably close to 2,000 children and love on them throughout the week. And we have to thank you as donors and sponsors who have made this even possible.
We are truly grateful and blessed with what the Lord has done through AMG and through our faithful supporters in 2014. And we couldn't be more excited as we look to 2015. We know that there are some very special things that God is going to do as we serve Him in the coming year. And to do that, we need both your prayers and your support. So please continue to remember AMG as you pray and as you give. And let's see how God amazes us in 2015. Thank you, and we hope to see you next year. Have a wonderful new year, and may the Lord bless you richly in 2015.